Alright chaps, welcome back to Battle Brothers. Road to Recovery 2019. Well, still 2018 today, but the 30th. This is pretty much exactly the kind of mission we wanted. And a few marksmen and many raiders could be pretty good for us too, but I've still got level 1s up front here, I don't like that. That should still be very winnable though. Just thinking that because of those marksmen, we'll switch to the kite shields. Yeah. Still going to be tough because of our level 1s, but it's absolutely winnable. And I don't mind taking them on at night, like I said, because we've got kite during the day. I mean, I have a few kite shields and I have archers. And luckily, one of my 2 archers have gone straight into high ground. Good, now they're running at us. Another bonus is there's a Danax there. Let's hopefully we can get this one. My only concern is that tier 2 crossbowman taking that high ground. Thank you, Raider. Ow! See, look at that shit. One shot, been wrecked. Now these bushes are really fucking me over big time. Really, I can't see them at all. Okay, well it's going to be up to Elanderion then, although he might have a shot from there. So if Alvarin and Elanderion switch places. I'm going to switch these 2 around. He should have a shot from there. Oh, come on, Van Thorn. Those are 2 60% shots and you fucked them both up. Work from Baoshi at least. Good luck, there's more. That's what makes it so hard to keep these level 1s alive. And as you guys would know, my usual rule is I do not fight these raiders during the day. But I kind of feel like I have to now. Just because of the way my team setup is leaning towards. I've got 2 archers and the 2 ninjas. So if I fight with them at night, only one of my 3 ranged fighters can do anything at all. But now we've got high ground, we've got shields. This is a concern though. This raider can hit Thesma and one-shot him. Ideally, I'd like to have my level 1s on the back line using pikes, but that's not really an option now. I just don't have enough brothers. But that is fucking me over so much that I can't shoot at those archers. Was that killed? You're up 40% and killed. As unlucky, I suppose. I mean, as much as I talk about trying to stop the bleeding and stop the deaths, it's just so fucking hard when you're this far behind. Hits. Yes, panic, you fucking bastard. Now this is a concern. Kremenko being out in the open against these crossbowmen. What's that injury that he has? Injured shoulder, so at least it's a reduction in the amount of damage he'll do. I actually normally would let this guy die to running away. Actually, no, I've got to take that shot. Well done, Elandarion. I mean, there's some decent armor on the field here that I wouldn't mind having, but let's see here. Gotta kill everything quick as I can. I want him to go down. I really hope I can get that axe. 2%, 48. Actually, I dare say, is starting to do work. Oh. My thing is that fucker mustn't get away. Ah, damn it, Tobit. Not to overstress this, but if we can get our hands on that Dane axe, it's going to make things a lot easier for us. It's actually a super important part of the mid-game, and we've actually been pretty damn unlucky to not get our hands on one in like over 100 days. It's 120 days now. Still haven't gotten one. I don't think I've seen that before, the little model with the guy who's got the javelin sticking out of his dick. Lol, that looks brutal. Look at that, right in the crotch. The old crotch javelin, eh? Give me your Dane axe. Yes! Okay, so Sergeant Leothan, who's an ex-expert, can I use that to break shields? Really good for us. So disappointing to lose another brother, but it was a level 1. See, that looks more like it. That javelin is sticking out of his chest. That's the old dick javelin. Okay, hold your fire. Arrows cost money. How many heads do we need to collect? We need to collect 25. And this is 12 of the 25 that we need. We can complete our patrol to the cities and then we'll head south. Hopefully find a little hut with some zombies in. And as a sad indictment of how the game's going, just the next level 1 red shirt just takes his position. 4 flails, that's a nice bonus, so we'll actually hang on to those. No, we don't have a sergeant, do we? Well, I mean, a bannerman. We have a sergeant, but we need a bannerman. I hate to say it, but this is probably it. I mean, it seems like such a pity. Because he's got good resolve. He could be such a good hammer raider as well. I think I prefer him as a hammer raider. The thing is, so typically I like to have a bannerman and a sergeant, but really I think of that in the super late game. Like ideally I would really only be using that when I have a fight against geists, you know, those groups of ghosts. most of the fights, you just need one of the two. You don't need both of them fight. But at a certain point, you do still want 2 level 11s of that. Difficult to explain. Words aren't coming out, but... Resolve, hit points... Baoshi, level 8, what do we give you? Berserk, maybe. Headhunter could be interesting. Hit the head with a thrown axe, do a lot of damage. But no. Fearsome, don't think it's worth it. Killing Frenzy, meh. Bullseye, we're not going to be throwing across the lines, I don't think so. Fast adaptation could be good because we do still miss an irritatingly high amount of times. I think we go for Berserk. All this gear, we got loads of gear out of that. I think who should carry the banner? Alvarin may as well. This playthrough has been such an odd one. I mean, it's been going horribly. I mean, I've played so badly by allowing so many guys to die, and yet money-wise, it's not such a bad situation, you know? There's such a counterpoint between how badly it's going with respect to the amount of brothers we have, yet how well it's going money-wise. I mean, this is insane. I haven't had a season like this since like season 13. All started going wrong with that fucking Lindworm fight. Ooh. Let's give him some food and water, the poor guy. Fine, let's take a look at him. Usually these guys are terrible. They tend to be... Oh, he's a thief. Yeah, superstitious sucks. 56 melee skill, 1 star with 39 resolve is not great resolve. But I mean, he'll make a passable Bannerman. He won't make a great one, but I mean, he's free and he'll be okay. He'll be fine. Superstitious kind of sucks though. Hang on, where's my name list? Oh, bloody hell, I left the name list somewhere else. I'll name him at a later date. I want my Mace Specialist to be leveling up. I want my Hammer Raider to be leveling up. At least he'll have fantastic fatigue. Defense is pretty good to start with. And his melee skill is encouraging as well. So that's nice. Two, three, four, five, six, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I'm actually going to hang on to these 4 flails. Or do I though? I mean, I would hang on to them. I would want them for fighting... what are they called again? Auxiliaries, with their shield specialization. I mean, realistically, none of these guys are going to be spear flail specialists, I don't think. I don't have the inventory space right now, and I'm pretty sure we can find another solution for those auxiliaries if I have to fight them. Okay, we're getting into can afford a warbow territory, which is pretty big for us. Let's discover a ruin or a hostile camp. Complete that ambition. Quickly get the increased inventory size ambition, and then we buy a warbow. That could be perfect for the heads we need. Webnecks can be a bit of a pain in the ass to fight though. But I mean, the last fight we had against them went quite well, I think. Oh yes, that's right. Spear or wall is the way to go. Sergeant Leothan, you can use a spear as well, and then I've got these lads here stabbing away, throwing weapons. That ought to be good. In fact, we can do that. Create a little gap for them to go into. It'll also make things a bit easier for my guys on the flanks. Do I want that though? I don't think so, no. Okay, good. So this will give us the rest of the heads we need. Height advantage, interesting. As long as none of them can close straight into melee range, like here, I'll keep the wall there. But as long as those spots remain open, Bobbins will take that position. Excuse me. Okay. One Baoshi. Hit him! And Berserk procs. Nice la. Almost don't want to say it, but is Baoshi becoming a decent ninja? Is it finally happening? I'm just moving one square forward because I want to give them one less square to come towards us, so that means that they can spend more action points running into the spear wall. I am going to... yeah, so these squares are covered. And those squares are covered. Actually, no, that square is not covered, so I have to make a spear wall there. Go on, Bobbins! Oh, unlucky. Cobert. I can also think money-wise, if imagine if we could spend the money to get tier 3 spears, it'll make these kind of spear wall tactics even more effective. I've been thinking about the fact that tier 3 spears, those war spears, never actually appear with enemies, and that's both good and bad. And it's bad because you don't get them for free, but it's good because, like with that 20% plus to hit chance, enemy raiders with them, for example, or you know, an enemy brigand leader with a tier 3 war spear would be doing a lot of damage. And it would be very hard to avoid taking that damage. Even Vanthorn getting in on the action now. Incredible what a difference it makes fighting these spiders when you actually use a spear wall. Like in the first few fights I took against them, I didn't bother spear walling, and very obviously that's totally the wrong way to approach it. In fact, here we can quick hands. Ah, I thought I had my sword. Shit. I'm pretty sure that spider could have gotten a bite off if he went next to, who's that, Don Juan. Also, the archers are slowly starting to come online, and it's making things so much better for us. That's like the little light at the end of the tunnel. And as you can see, these thrown weapons at close range, they do good damage. They really do. Lucky. 53%, pretty low to hit chance though. Could release the dogs and go after some of their eggs, but I don't think it's worth it. They're probably going to start fleeing in the next turn or two. And I mean, I have all the heads I need already. Yeah, there you go. Run away, little spider bitches. Okay, that should be it. Good fight. Well done, men, well done. I mean, but while we're actually out here in the wilderness, we might actually just run around into that darkness and try to find a little hut or ruin that we can clean out. Finish this bloody ambition. And speaking of down south, that city that actually has the Fletcher in it is a little bit further south. I might want to hang around there a bit, get that city well supplied or safe roads or something like that that'll reduce prices, and then we buy that warbow. I mean, I don't have to do the increased inventory size ambition right away. What I could do is go straight for the 2 warbows. And given that we are struggling to win fights, that might be the better option. That being said, oh no, I only has 60 range skill right now. Come on, just end the bloody fight already. But no shortage of gossamer. I would be thrilled if we could run into a group of like 1 or 2 shrats. Getting my hands on some of that Strat glue would be so good for us. Oh, wait, hang on, I'm doing something different here with you lads. And you, bam, and bam. Nice level ups. Ooh, berserk time? I think it's berserk time. Or hammer time. Stop! Hammer time! Do. Not yet. Let's see. Berserk doesn't have the fatigue for that. Recover could be good. I don't have to commit to making him an actual hammer specialist just yet. Particularly as we don't have a big hammer for him to use. Let's take the safer percentage play right now. So let's see how he's got 3 perks left. At level 10, hammer specialization. And at 11, he'll have 2 perks. Berserk. And then I've got to decide between killing frenzy or footwork. I think you can make the argument for killing frenzy over footwork, because as much as I like footwork, particularly for getting into position to fight geists, you don't get the additional defensive utility from footwork, where with quick hands you used to be able to drop items to give yourself fatigue to be able to use footwork. Now you have to rely on someone behind you to rotate you out. If you don't have the fatigue, you've got a problem. I think it may be worth better going for killing frenzy. A lot of those times when he's in a real bad spot, you know, or in extremis, if you will, and he's about to die, you would be able to just drop weapons and armor and then footwork away, but you can't do that anymore. So really, if I'm taking footwork, I'm taking it only to be able to get into position to kill geists. But the thing is, the guys with the great swords, the Zweihanders, are actually better at geist killing. So I think, like, we'll do the other way. The other thing for the Zweihanders, they will take footwork, because they can use split a lot of the time to hit the ghosts, or the geists or ghosts, whatever you want to call them, on the back lines. That's a nice little surprise that he's up to 66 already. I mean, I could potentially justify not taking Colossus on him if he's going to level like that. Oh my god, oh no, he's got such good potential. Excellent, yes. His range defense, I need to get up to at least 20 at some point, but he's level 5 already. Only at 8, but a +1 is just not good enough. Extra hit points. Use +2s here on no bueno. I feel like as a May specialist, he might benefit from fast adaptation. But if I take fast adaptation, I'm basically admitting I'm only going to make him a one-handed mace user. Two-handed mace user, then I don't have to bother with that. The big question is, do I think his melee skill is going to be high enough? He will roll 2 to 3 every level. Gives him an average of 22. 80 odd. Yeah, it's not great, but he'll be fine. Actually, quick hands. That quick hands there helps him in the near term. Although I wonder, is it not maybe time to put him on the front line here? As we saw, the formation was a little bit awkward. I think what I kind of need to do, well, I want to get Elric leveling up, but I can't justify I can't chuck him straight on the front line, it's too dangerous. Or maybe is it, he's got decent defense. One of my spear duelists can sit out. Probably add Parling, who's got the least potential. So if I go like that. So as much as it sucks, I just need to pick on low-level enemies and relatively unthreatening enemies for as long as I can. Like that could be doable, and it's the third little small orc cave we found. But I really just want to find a little hut with some zombies in. And oh god, get away, get away! I'm also mindful of the fact, run, damn it, that if I can leave 3 of those comparatively small orc caves, or 4 of them, open, at a later stage we could get the destroy greenskin layer ambition, which is then super easy because it's the 4 little, small caves. Let's see here. Yeah, the price, as you can see, is enormous. I'm gonna need to work on these guys a while. We should make this city our base of operations for the foreseeable future. Look at that, a beast slayer. I shouldn't even be looking at this. I mean, we kind of said we don't want to be hiring anyone more now. This ambition has gone on long enough. Seriously, I need to just explore here, find a little hut. And how far are we from Kaltenhof? We're probably 2 days travel away from Kaltenhof. I think we will loop down here and then all the way up. No, thank you. That's a bit much for us. Ugh, greenskins, go away. Hallelujah. I actually want to check something with these zombies. I want to see whether they will actually run into the spear wall or not. It's been a long time since I've tried to spear wall against zombies. Generally, I don't think it's necessary, but... And also, occasionally there will be a piece of armor or two that you might want from the zombies, and therefore spear walling is not the right thing to do. But let's just try it here. Put my back line over here, my front line there, or front line there. See how far they move forward. So when it comes to how to spend the money we have, you can well make the argument, forget the warbows, go straight for armor. But my logic is that what the warbows are going to allow us to do is take on bandits with bandit leaders with relative confidence and ease, so that if I've got these guys with warbows, and especially once they get to higher level, I can reliably win the fights against the marksmen. And that means we can then start quote-unquote farming the bandit leaders. And that's how we'll get our heavy armor. I don't like giving up that high ground there. Now, I suspect they're going to hang back. They're not going to run into the shield wall. Shield wall, spear wall, but let's find out. Okay, straight in. Good, good to know. Good to know. Now, out of this group, there's no armor I'm particularly phased about. That little helmet would be nice. It's the same 140 armor for one less fatigue as these red helmets. That javelin to the face, that was pretty devastating. Well, how much did that first javelin do? And 90% thrust, throw javelin hits, Wiedeganger. Head is hit for 81 damage. That's really good. That's obviously the extra 50% damage from a head hit. But that's really, really, really good damage. Owie! Axe using bastard. Lads! Hey, good shot, Björn. That's... Heh! 94%, but there's some armor there. We switch to the throwing axe. as bad as things are going, I think overall we're actually decently placed. It's up to me to just keep these boys alive now. We can get some levels on them. So just a few more months of very, very careful selection of fights. We're going to be in a good spot. I really think that the warbows and then farm raiders is the way to go. We just gotta hope that the greenskin invasion doesn't wreck the entire map. I will say that throwing those weapons though is exhausting. So I should probably take the nimble perk on my ninjas. I mean, they've got shields, so they've got the defensive bonus of the shields. So really all they're going to get hit by is ranged weaponry. And in a fight like this where they have no chance of being hit by anything from ranged weaponry, I should really be in the habit of starting the fight without the shield, because the shield is just reducing their fatigue for no benefit. Yeah, it's time to start thinking about the ninjas a bit more. And I dare say they're actually starting to get a bit better. Look at that, 84% chance to hit. I think we've established that the ninjas are very situational, but in their situations, as we can see, they are really quite good. The one build on a brother that I've never felt like I can justify is a cleaver master. Someone that's an expert in using a cleaver. I mean, yes, the damage over time from the bleeding is amazing, but I run into that same problem where, as good as the bleeding damage is, I'd rather just have a big two-handed weapon that does more damage quicker. And it's much better at, you know, AoE control, because you can hit multiple enemies at once. I know there is a big two-handed cleaver. If that one could be swung in such a way to hit multiple enemies, then I think it would be more than useful. Like that very big clipped cleaver. If you could use split and swing with the clipped cleaver, I think that would, you know, make me want to take it over and above, like a spy hunter, for example. Awesome. Morale is high. We've just completed an ambition. Luxurious food. You're welcome, lads. Level ups. I think I'll take Colossus on him. Or do I though? No, he doesn't need Colossus. He's got 2 stars in hit points. He's going to be pretty good himself. I know he's going to be a spear duelist. Or could I make him a sword duelist? It all depends on how high I think his hit points, his melee skill is going to go. He's going to roll 1 to 3 for the next 6 levels. So that gives him probably an extra 12. That's so 75. It's just not good enough. He's going to have to use a spear. I think we'll get the most usefulness out of him by being a spear duelist. So for that, he's going to need to be quick and he's going to need to be nimble. He's not ready to take nimble yet. He won't be using Brawny. Steelbriar is good, but I may as well make him a spear master right now. I mean, I know he's going to be using a spear anyway on the in the long term. The other option is quick hands, because I know quick hands is good. And it can allow me to put the shield away for the extra damage. And that way I can then offset. I can leave till later. I mean, like, hypothetically, if for the next 3 levels he gets lucky and rolls max melee skill and gets 9 melee skill, that puts him at 71 at 8, which then arguably I can make him a sword master. Which is a super long-winded way of saying let's wait and see. Where's your goblin dagger? Oh, I flogged it. Elverin, +3, very nice. That fatigue. I mean, I need to get his resolve up to 50 anyway, so we'll do that as a Hammer Raider. He needs Colossus, fortunately. We need to go to a coastal town and get some throwing nets. Out of interest, yeah, his fatigue goes up to 102 with that. Feeling good, boys? As we know, that's a very bad thing. You see, with just the 2 warbows, I'd feel confident on taking a mission like that. I've got 76 accuracy on Enendarion. Arnar is only 65, but I mean, he's getting 5 range skill every single level. You could even justify giving him the veterans lessons to get his range skill and leveling up even faster. Then we can just run around the map and clear out every one of these bandits' dens. Oh shit. Run, boys! Run away! Do I have enough time to get back to Kaltenhof? I think I do. Is Raider Central out there? It falls to you, the commander, to see that the company succeeds not just on the battlefield, but also in fame and riches, and so you spend the evenings pondering about a bigger plan for the drowned men in your tent while the men talk and laugh around the fire. You're never going to become a legend simply by chasing brigands and doing small-time contracts. What do you proclaim to the men the company will set out to do? I actually think now is the time to go for the greenskin ambition, because the war has been raging for a while. Naturally, you'll win it anyway. We're winning anyway. Well, I say we. I mean, all the military forces on the map are winning. That also allows me to buy those warbows that I want so badly. What's the name of that city? Hageland with the Fletcher. Best case scenario now, we can get a delivery or an escort mission down to Hageland. What is this? Hunt down what terrorizes? Certainly, but we'll do it in the morning though. And let's find out what that mission is. That's another patrol. I'll be so pleased. Greenskins Siege. Sorry, that's far too hard for us right now. $260. I can actually make profit off of that. Unbelievably. I hope it's dire wolves. Do us some dire wolf pelts. Or nachtzeers. Okay, that sounds like the... Okay, nachtzeer description, that's fine. Go to your spears, boys. You should know the drill for nachtzeers. So nachtzeers don't have armor, so no point in throwing axes. $18 is a fair amount, though. Is it worth scrambling for some high ground? I think it might actually be that. I don't like that there's already a number of level 2 nachtzeers in front there. Two, three, four. We are going to have to be a wall. A little annoying because only these 3 in front are going to be able to hit the spear wall this turn. But my archers and ninjas should do good damage here this turn. They're generally pretty smart and they keep the big boys at the back. Because in this situation you absolutely want to focus the big lads first. Get them down to within 1 shot of dying. Ugh, didn't want that. I think that must have been a headshot. What am I doing? I didn't need to step forward there. That was silly. Just wound them. Super careful. But now I kind of need to move in. So Bobbins needs to go... Well, Bobbins goes there, which allows Kremenko to go there to the most dangerous spot. I may as well step forward and stab. Now, I'm just scared that if I end his turn, he won't go to the end of the turn order. Whew, he does, thank goodness. And now I wish I'd given him his two-handed sword. So in retrospect, the lesson from this battle is against the nachtzeers. It's generally, oh, that's unlucky. Generally not worth it moving back to try to get high ground. Rather just keep that initial setup, because they'll run forward 4 squares, which leaves 1 square open between you and them, which lets you put a spear wall down for maximum effect. And now I think we can just kill as many of the little ones as possible and hope to get the morale to shatter on everything. Just like that. Oh, good damage, Baushi. Man, I'm loving these javelins now. 44, 62. That's warbow damage. Honestly, I'm blown away by how effective these ninjas are becoming. That's a problem, though. Now, in my final quote-unquote endgame setup, I've always thought that what I would want for most fights is the one bannerman on the back line of the 5 guys. One of them would be the bannerman, and then to his side, either side of him, you've got 2 archers. But I'm for the first time beginning to wonder whether instead of 4 archers, you have 2 archers and two ninjas. Just for the extra utility, armor destruction that the ninjas give you. The question there really is, would only 2 archers be enough to take on bandit marksmen in large numbers? Because, I mean, the main reason I want all those archers of my own is to outshoot the bandit archers. I'm beginning to think that in like a big orc battle, I would definitely go for 2 and 4. The 2 archers and the 2 ninjas. I think the armor shredding of the ninjas is going to be a real asset. That's a problem. Level 3s. Oh, they're running. What? I think we let those 2 escape. That's fine. Very nice. Good and straightforward mission. For 1,000 gold. Excellent. I think, yeah, gifted is mandatory at this point. Yeah, we need defense. Fatigue. I think I'm going to struggle to get... Fatigue is always so important. He's going to need Steel Brow. Anyone who has real long-term potential, like who I don't have any plans to replace, needs to get Steel Brow. I find Steel Brow is just such a good insurance policy to keep lads alive in the long term. Berserk time, definitely. Hit points, I think. For most of my backline lads, I can actually start to go a little bit lighter on the fatigue, just for the reason that most of them are going to be nimble and in like lordly armor, which is not going to weigh them down much more than this stuff. Might as well go for Berserk. The odd double kill. Okay, weapons wise, let's see here. Didn't actually take spear mastery on any of these guys yet. If on any of those quote-unquote spear duelists I can justify making them a sword duelist, I think that's better. 7,300 and even more coming with this copper. Drop a quick 2,300. That's so cheap. And none of these guys up front, I think, are good enough to justify giving them that quote-unquote fancy armor. I think we just got to go for the warbows. In terms of what's on my ideal shopping list, it's a two-handed warhammer for Tobit, a tier 3 greatsword for Kremenko, but the warbows, it's all about the warbows. And I need upgraded helmets for my ninjas. Like, these coifs are good, but what I need, oh, and that's even better, but what I need really is a Saleh helmet. It's one of the new helmets. It's 120 head armor and doesn't impede vision. Oh, I can't believe I'm turning down buying a reinforced mail hauberk, but I really believe strongly in getting the warbows now. How long's this episode been? Over an hour. I'm spoiling you lads with these long episodes. Okay, chaps. So, the question we ask now every episode, are we in a better spot than we were at the beginning of the episode? I think absolutely. Sadly, we lost one brother, but we got a bunch of level ups. We no longer have any level 1s on the front line. We've got one level 2, but level 5s and 4s, they're creeping up there. I dare say it, but our ninjas are finally starting to actually do something for us. And once we get these two warbows, I think the whole game is going to really change for us. Like Elandarion, level 9, he'll be up to 90 range skill at night with a warbow. At that point, we can take on almost any bandit force, and then it's just time to start clearing out every single one of these bandit places. And that's going to give us heavy armor for the front line. Okay, chaps, thanks for watching. The drowned men are on the road to recovery, slowly but surely. Yeah, good news. Thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you next time.